You know, it didn't take me a lot of time to learn to appreciate the upcoming soccer game Rematch. Now, I wanted to say that I don't know what this game does that actually makes it work, but in some way I do, and I'm going to talk about this in this video. But basically, this game brought some really great memories from the arcade games. Games like Dream Soccer 94, for example, Evolution Soccer, Football Champ, Tecmo World Soccer. So I think several things done right here. First of all, the camera position compared to other soccer games that I actually don't like playing. It's a more close-up, third-person perspective, low-angle camera, rather than a top-down one, so you feel more connected with action. It's the same thing that I mentioned talking about, Paragon, for example, predecessor MOBA game compared to games like Dota 2 or League of Legends. Many people found a lot of resemblance to a game like Rocket League. Again, it doesn't also want to be super realistic, right? With commentating and look like FIFA, for example. In fact, if you look, the visuals actually, the entire arena can actually change while you actually play, as you can see here. The gameplay mechanics are rich and also not hard to learn, but again, hard to master. Aiming at the goal at the right time, the right angle, and making sure to lock on the goal is something that took me a bit of time to get into. Scoring goals in the game is very satisfying. And I think the game follows the same great formula that Rocket League has. Beautiful arenas, great music, dynamic music by the way, relatively short gameplay sessions, fast, tight gameplay, not so many players as you can see. There are 4 versus 4, 5 versus 5, it's not like 11 versus 11. The arenas are relatively small to provide you kind of more of a mini soccer type of gameplay experience. And you're playing with and against real players, not versus or with AI. Again, this aspect was very similar to Rocket League. It's a great game that will attract many players and already attracting in the beta that wants to jump in on a few fun gameplay sessions and just move on through the day. This is why I expect this game to have many players, concurrent players playing, because there are going to be many players just going to jump into several sessions and play this game, same as I do with Rocket League. Some of course will take it more seriously. There's also Game Pass. Again, it's very similar to Rocket League in the approach and customization options for your player. Different unlockables based on different achievements that you get in the game. And again, all the things are very important, again, especially things that happen in the game, because the game is relatively simple. So you need to bring something extra or kiddie to make it very exciting. I think this is, by the way, why Rocket League stands out from all other games, because it's just kind of, they created with cars, and with cars you can go really crazy, especially when you can just fly off the ground and have some, fighting on the ball while you're actually in midair. It leads to lots of dramatic movement, although you won't find something like that, of course, here. Again, not that you're going to have superpowers here, the game still focuses on the authentic gameplay experience, soccer. And if you just go to the tutorial section, you can actually find out there are quite a lot of moves here. So it's not like super simplistic. It is, simple. It's not overwhelmingly complicated, but there are some things that you probably want to master in order to get advantage over your opponents. This is especially related to dribbling and being able to pass opponents without actually getting tackled. For example, the dribbling mode that allows you to kind of strafe to different sides in order to avoid getting tackled, or just kind of do a little kick above players' heads, do a rainbow flick, and other stuff of really cool move that allows you to get an advantage if you execute them right. And here you can see that when you actually kick, players will actually go to a more flashy kicks that you probably won't see a lot during a regular match. Also, when it comes to the UI, things are telegraphed very well in terms of passing, and then when you enter, for example, the goalie area, you can actually turn to a goalkeeper, or if you exit it, you can turn into a player. This is something that might be, I think, a bit problematic, because being goalkeeper requires a bit of practice, but because everybody at their turn will eventually be a goalkeeper at certain points, although it can be changed, there might lead some situations, especially when I play the beta here, that just there are lots of players, including myself, although I got better, that don't know really how to be a goalkeeper. So you see many times that people just leave the goalkeeper and that's it. Whether it would be nice if somebody can actually ask to be as a goalkeeper or be constant as a goalkeeper. I think some players will appreciate that if it was the case. And then people can just focus being goalkeepers, being great at it. But maybe again, if it's kind of forced on you, eventually you'll get better. I'm not saying good, better. But maybe something, a feature that allows you to request somebody to just replace you, shutting out light in the game. Because this is one of the things that I noticed the most, that, you know, it's harder to be a goalkeeper, and many players don't. I mean, this is just a beta for sure, but still, you can see that it's quite obvious that being a goalkeeper is the hardest thing compared to being a player. And again, if you make a mistake here as a goalkeeper, you can easily get. It's very hard to stop a ball. Let's say it like that, especially if you don't know what you are doing. So if, for example, they scored and I was a player, and then I went into being a goalkeeper after the replay. Now, in terms of mechanics, you have all the things that you need to stop the ball, of course. You can just jump to the sides, you can just crouch and slide to stop ball if it's coming to left or right, or jump again to the left, the upper or right corner. And the hitboxes are designed to actually make it easier for you to stop the ball, otherwise it would be much harder. It feels like kind of a little aim assist there. So if, for example, I'm seeing a low ball, so it's not like you need to get the ball on the pixels of the ball, very accurately. It's pretty generous, and that's okay, because otherwise it's still hard for me, but it would be even harder if it wasn't the case. Let's say it like that. I yet to see a goal that actually was scored where the ball actually passes through the goalkeeper's legs. Look at that save here. Now, I did notice a bug that the goalkeeper got into the goal area one time with the ball, and actually didn't count as a goal. It's something that needs to be fixed. Then I got to get also the MVP while being a goalkeeper. Yeah, I scored once, but all this interception and 4 saves, I think that's the reason. Now, aside from that, I also mentioned there's dynamic music, which is very exciting, especially if you go to overtime, which again, if you score a goal, basically you win. So I think they nailed it when it comes to combining great music, beautiful visuals. Again, it runs, of course, great. Really, I can't wait to see more designs of the arena. It's just beautiful, the way they switch actually during the game. I also like the mechanics where you can add that extra, bar at the bottom that give you the ability to run fast. Maybe it does also have an extra thing to it that I haven't realized just yet. You can see the little blue bar, which actually, once it charges your stamina bar, charges completely, it's going to charge this one as well. The ability to seamlessly switch from goalkeeper to regular player and vice versa. There's voice communication in the game. You can actually just communicate also with some built-in commands, like, pass me the ball, for example. Matches are relatively short for high replay value. It has really nice animation, although it felt a bit clunky, I would say. Like, maybe I would prefer it a bit smoother, but overall good. Lots of cool stuff, of course, to unlock, to reward players for the time playing the game. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be some crazy stuff, but we need to wait and see. And when it comes, to cosmetic items. Also, it's really nice, as you can see, when you get scored by just doing things like I got like plus 500 while I actually saved the ball. So it feels rewarding as you play as well. Of course, you can communicate and say things for your teammates and stuff as well. And you can actually see it on the left side. Yeah, the UI is sleek. Again, there are so many things done right in this game that makes it really fun and exciting to play. And there are probably many other things that I missed. Yeah, I play, but not that much to really, uncover everything. Yeah, although there's a very in-depth tutorial that will teach you everything you need to know. Overall, fantastic experience so far. Thanks for watching.